Welcome to this episode of OC Now. I'm Jay Ali.
And I'm Holly Brocksterman, coming to you from Saddleback College. Glad you could join us.
Coming up on today's show, we will bring you to a protest on the beaches of Laguna, an up-and-coming star from the OC, and take a look at Saddleback College's new athletic field.
But first, we go to news that two of the leading U.S. gun sellers, Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods, are now limiting gun sales following the recent Parkland, Florida school massacre that killed 17 students and teachers. The stores will no longer sell guns to individuals under the age of 21, regardless of the local laws. Dick's also pulled assault-style rifles and high-capacity magazines from its shelves. The 19-year-old alleged Florida gunman legally purchased the assault-style rifle he used in the shootings. Dick's Sporting Goods currently has 6 Orange County store locations, and Walmart has nearly 24 in Orange County. Opposition is growing for a new plan to drill for oil in the Pacific Ocean. OC News Team reporter Nicole Knight takes us to the scene of one recent protest.
I have a passion about the ocean.
A recent Laguna Beach rally opposing new offshore oil drilling drew about 300 protesters and some star power.
This is what we're supposed to be doing in life. We're supposed to be defending, standing up for, rejoicing in this astounding California coast that we have been gifted.
The crowd aims to stop a new proposal from the Trump administration. The plan is to sell oil drilling leases in the Pacific Ocean for the first time in more than 3 decades.
No new drilling! No new drilling! No new drilling!
Federal officials suggest oil drilling will create jobs and reduce reliance on foreign oil. But not everyone agrees.
This has to end. This nightmare has to end. This of giving away every precious resource that we have, of not having a rational policy to promote energy development.
The administration's plan calls for 6 drilling leases in California, including 2 in Southern California. Drilling will take place 3 miles offshore in federal waters. There are already 23 drilling platforms in federal waters, so beach lovers are worried.
Oil drilling has so many problems. Obviously, if you have a big spill, it can be catastrophic.
Susan Allen moved here from New York. She thinks new oil drilling will destroy the ocean she loves.
I was pretty much swimming before I could walk. I just can't see oil rigs all over the place, and you know, and the otters and the sea life that are going to be killed, and just the pollution it's going to cause.
The public has until March 9th to comment on the proposal. If the plan goes forward, the first oil leases would go on sale in 2019.
This is Nicole Knight in Laguna Beach for OC News Team.
Celebrations surrounding the Lunar New Year are becoming more popular, and it may surprise you to know that one of the largest annual festivals devoted to Vietnamese Lunar New Year is right here in the OC. Come with me to the 37th Annual Thet Festival. The 37th Annual Thet Festival returned to the OC Fair and Event Center on February 16th through February 18th to coincide with the Lunar New Year. The Vietnamese Lunar New Year, also known as Thet Nguyen Dan, means Feast of the First Morning of the First Day. The Year of the Dog summoned a grand celebration featuring live entertainment, hundreds of ethnic food and merchandise vendors, community competitions, and a festive cultural village. We hear now from Annie Tran, parade coordinator and student member of the UVSA.
Thet Festival is a really big part of who we are and our culture, and basically this is the one time of the year that most people get together with their families. It's a very hard thing to do, and especially now that we've all immigrated to the United States of America, it's hard to find that culture, and as students, as kids, we just want to be able to bring that culture back for the people who can't experience that anymore.
The cultural village featured displays of several Vietnamese traditions, primarily geared toward engaging younger generations. One such interesting display, Tôi Muốn, meaning I want, featured thousands of slips of colored paper for attendees to write out their wishes and hang them on a large communal tree. Here, other fairgoers can see and enjoy the new beginnings they hope for, while others enjoy writing fun and silly sayings. The atmosphere here is silly and fun as well. As the flash mob assembles to form a parade, guests can be overheard clamoring about the parade garments. One tradition of the festival's ending parade is a clothing swap between the young men and women. Boasted as the largest student-run Vietnamese New Year festival in the nation, the event is known to draw up to 60,000 guests annually over the 3-day weekend.
Jukmon Ramoy! Happy New
The Union of the Vietnamese Student Associations puts on the Tet Festival each year. If you've ever wondered what some of the struggles are that undocumented immigrants face, be sure to pick up a copy of the book Undocumented by Danel Padilla Peralta. It takes you on his journey, starting when he and his family immigrated here to the United States when he was just a child. It talks about how he overcame homelessness and poverty and found himself excelling at the top of his class. This book is a part of the Saddleback College's One Book, One College program this year. The One Book, One College event is being held on April 24th. Danel will be answering questions about his book, followed by a book signing. Be sure to stop by Saddleback's McKinney Theater between 9:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. Don't miss out. With spring break just around the corner, some students are headed off on trips for their break. I met up with some students to find out more on where everyone is headed. Hi, this is Jay Ali, and I asked students at Saddleback College if they were traveling anywhere for spring break. And while some are planning to go away,
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to Russia, actually.
I'm going to Chicago to visit my mom.
others are not.
Not that I know of. I usually plan my vacations for the summer because spring break is a little bit shorter, you know.
We're all broke. We don't travel past the supermarket.
Where are you potentially going?
Possibly Mexico. No, I just go there to party, if you will.
I went to family-owned Rutan's Luggage to see what the best travel item is for students to take on their trips.
This is a security device that you wear under your clothes. Keep your passport, your extra credit cards, your extra money in here. That way, if you happen to leave your backpack or it's taken by someone, you have all of your information with you inside of this little packet.
And luggage isn't the only thing they have to offer.
We also offer free travel seminars about once a month. We go over how to travel safely, technology, what travel items to use, how to make your trip more efficient and effective and pleasurable.
I also stopped by a local AAA office to speak to a travel agent about some popular destinations for spring break.
For spring, I would say Hawaii is always one of the hot spots that most people go to, whether or not they're 20s into families, multi-generationals, but Hawaii is always a springtime destination. We seem to get a lot of destinations going to anywhere in the Caribbean, sometimes the Bahamas, but pretty much any of the islands depending on what they're looking to do.
For students that do have a AAA membership, what would they do to plan a trip through you guys?
Well, they just need to reach out to us.
Okay.
They can stop by at any time in the branch. Appointments, always a little bit easier because you never know what's going to be happening in the course of the day. But dropping in is perfectly fine.
Finally, we were left with some wonderful advice about traveling.
The world has so much to offer to be able to see. You just have to get out and explore. Just do it. Just step out, even if it's stepping out of a comfort zone, even if it's kind of stepping out of a little bit of a financial comfort zone. You just have to plan, know what you're going to be doing, and go out and do it and enjoy.
Many music lovers and OC residents were disappointed when the beloved Irvine Meadows Amphitheater closed in 2016. But worry no more. In August 2017, 5 Point Communities and Live Nation opened the new 5 Point Amphitheater at the Great Park in Irvine. Irvine-based band Young the Giant performed at the grand opening. And now get ready for the season opener for 2018. On May 11th, the event will feature the band Slayer with a variety of other artists such as Kevin Hart and Jason Aldean, headlining throughout the summer. Be sure to check out 5pointamphitheater.com for more information and tickets. After decades of playing baseball in a temporary facility, Saddleback College finally completed the upgrade to their $1 million athletic field. Here are OC News team reporters Hannah Peterson and Sierra Pliska with the story.
On Thursday, February 8th, Saddleback College's baseball team hosted their grand reopening game, revealing the newly renovated stadium. Dr. Gregory Anderson, Saddleback's newly appointed president, threw the first pitch to commence the game in the new stadium.
Where the current stadium is, it was a temporary facility. And so really what we've done every year is try to make small improvements to it.
Has the actual field changed itself, or was it just the stadium?
Yeah, we got new turf behind home plate, and we got our infield raised, like leveled out.
We had some wood stands that were here and a tough shed that we converted into a snack bar / press box. And the college was renting those bleachers at $500 a month. Yeah, for years and years. I know this was like 2 years in the making. It kept getting delayed, and you're like, oh, this is never really going to happen. And all of a sudden, we're going to start in July, and then it turned to August, and then sure enough, in September, they started breaking ground. And yeah, it was a process. It was a nice opportunity to kind of watch this whole process take place.
Stadium renovations costed upwards of $1 million and was funded through the South Orange County Community College District's Resource Allocation Project.
What is your favorite part about the new stadium?
I think when you walk up, it just looks impressive. You know, it looks like, hey, this is actually a baseball stadium as opposed to rented bleachers.
I feel like the new one, it brings in a lot more fans and helps us get a really good atmosphere.
My favorite part of the new stadium is the overall design. It really has an integrated, comprehensive look which ties into the mission of the college and really creates a positive branding. In many ways, this baseball stadium is a precursor to even greater things. The new sports complex will be the premier sporting and entertainment venue for South Orange County.
Make sure to check out the newly renovated baseball stadium and be on the lookout for the groundbreaking ceremony of Saddleback's new sports complex on Monday, March 12th.
The Gauchos' regular baseball season is scheduled to run through the end of April. Be sure to check out SaddlebackGauchos.com for their spring 2018 schedule.
For the past 8 years, School Night has been the place to go for discovering new artists and seeing live music in the heart of Hollywood. But now the concert series is expanding to Orange County. Taking place every Tuesday night at the House of Blues in Anaheim, people of all ages can attend for just $10. If you are over 21 and RSVP ahead of time, you can get in for free. Tickets are limited. If you can't make a show, School Night is streamed live every week at facebook.com/itsaschoolnight. If you are interested in attending a show in Orange County or LA, head on over to itsaschoolnight.com website for more information on future performances. Since 2016, Saddleback has been holding Groovin' on the Grass, an event where students can showcase their talents. OC News Team reporters Dylan Grimsley and Marissa Yocam have the story.
Since 2016, Saddleback's Student Development Center has been hosting Grooving on the Grass. This is a bi-monthly event that gives students the opportunity to showcase their talents in the quad.
So Barbara is a past performer at the Groovin' on the Grass event. Tell me, what did you do when you performed at the events?
I actually performed more classical songs, so in contrast to Rocky's style, my style is more like Celine Dion, classical artists like Sting, and I actually did a couple Disney songs as well, so that's kind of where my voice is as far as style.
On Thursday, February 15th, former Saddleback student Rocky Salazar took the stage for an acoustic set featuring a variety of songs that incorporated his humor. OC News Team reps Marissa, Dylan, and McKenna met up with Rocky after his performance.
What did they miss?
I would say my performance style, I like to incorporate a lot of spontaneity. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. If some things are going good, if some things are going bad, that's good. As long as there's an old saying, like a 5-star album is great, a 1-star album is great because it's so bad you listen to it, but a 3-star album is just, meh, you're not going to check it out. I just never want to be a 3-star album, either 1-star or 5.
Did you like the performance?
Yeah, it was a great performance. He had a really nice voice, kind of like movement kind of way. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it.
Definitely.
I guess what my nature is, I go deep into the music departments and I just become part of it. And any kind of the events they have, I try to poke my head in. In Fullerton, I did a couple. I used to be part of a club that they would have events, and I would always perform for those.
Do you have any other performances coming up soon?
Yeah, you can check out my Instagram at official Rocky Salazar official. The other ones are all imposters. And yeah, I update there. So yeah, I'm there.
This session of Grooving the Grass was cut short because of a no-show ban, but be sure to keep watch on the Saddleback calendar at www.saddleback.edu for information on upcoming sessions. This event usually takes place over the span of an hour and features 2 different student talents. Anyone can perform at this event after a casual audition, so if you'd like to perform at Grooving on the Grass, send an email to scstudentdevelopmentcenter@saddleback.edu.
The Irvine Spectrum is one of Orange County's premier shopping destinations. It's an outdoor mall with shops such as Lululemon, Urban Outfitters, and Adidas. The Irvine company, who owns the land, announced in 2017 that they would be tearing down the 140,000 square foot Macy's department in order to accommodate 20 new vendors. Construction in the lot has been going on for some time now, but recently renovations have begun in recreation areas, fountain areas, and other spots around the mall. A few stores such as Windsor and Corner Bakery have relocated. Even though the Irvine company announced some movers are unrelated to expansion, no other major changes have been announced. The project is tentatively scheduled to be finished by August 18th.
In today's society, we often crave who or what is the new or next craze. Student athlete Ty Freeman has a chance to be the next hype in football and in music. Orange County native, Freeman is a rap artist gaining buzz not only for his talent on the field, but also in his songs. OC News team reporter DJ McAllister caught up with Freeman to find out more.
Ty Freeman grew up in Orange County, but has ties back east that he carries with him to this day.
I was born and raised here, like fully born and raised here. But I just consider New Orleans, Louisiana my home away from home. Like same with Little Rock, Arkansas, just because I go back east so much, you know, visit and see family and things of that nature. So I just consider it home away from home, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was raised out here. But as far as back out there, I mean, I'm blessed because my family back there, they don't have the luxuries and the lavish life that a lot of people get to live out here, you know. Out here in Orange County, you know, you have a foundation, you have a family, and a better support system, you know what I'm saying? My family back east, you know, some don't have it that way, a lot don't have it that way, and you end up getting stuck in that cycle and being stuck in the project. So for me, you know, they see me as a sign of hope, so I definitely feel that weight on my shoulders as far as, you know, all my family back east, but I know I'm gonna hold it down, so that's what keeps me motivated.
Ty was introduced to sports at an early age and couldn't get enough.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old. It's funny, like, looking back, because when I was a little baby, like, I would wear a helmet to church, like a football helmet to church. And everybody thought, you know, I had,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, so they'd be like, we're praying for you. And they're like, no, he just loved football. Like, I was always carrying the football. I didn't want, like, little kids, when they was younger, they wanted, you know, toys and action figures, bro. I just wanted a ball.
Freeman attended Tesoro High School and plays football at Saddleback College. The wide receiver currently holds 13 Division I scholarship offers. Playing at Saddleback allowed him to hone his skills and connect with others supporting his football dream.
The friendships that I made and the relationships and just the memories that are things that I'll never forget. So it was a great experience as far as meeting new people and just forming relationships standpoint.
While Ty is making moves on the football field, he is also gaining attention from his other passion. In the classroom and on the field, he's Ty Freeman, but he goes by Young Viz when he records his rap music and performs. He has thousands of plays on his SoundCloud from all over and is generating buzz in the music game.
It's a blessing, to be honest, to be in the position that I'm in now, because I remember when I first started making music, it was like, you know how kids are down here, bro. They don't want to support something until it starts moving. So when I first started making music, it was, oh, don't be that guy. Everybody's trying to do that, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, man, I think I can bring something to the table that a lot of artists still haven't, and that's a new wave sound or new wave energy, but with a genuine, authentic sound. And I don't think anybody was mixing that together, because I have a mixture of both, and I think that's what makes me like a lot different. Plus, I can hop on any track. So,
Young Viz is a part of ATM and the ATM movement. ATM stands for Addicted to Music. He, along with ATM's other members, are making a name for themselves in Orange County, an area without a relevant artist to claim for their own. He plans to conquer the OC and much more.
You gotta think of it like this. A lot of people want to think of rapping as you're competing against your city, whatever other artists in your city. I'm already preparing myself to be competing with the J. Coles and the Drakes. I'm not competing against nobody around here. I'm competing with every track I put out. I'm really competing for a play versus Drake. Is he gonna click my song? He gonna click his song? Like, that's how I prepare myself every song I put out. That's why I don't put out whack tracks, period.
In today's world of social media, overnight stars can be kicked out of the game faster than they arrived. Ty understands that to reach his goals, he has to put himself in the best position to do so.
A lot of artists can't sell out a venue. They need 8, 9, 10 other popping artists to sell out a venue. Rush, Drake, they selling out Staples Centers by themselves. No openers, no none of that. So with their brand and all that. So that's how I see myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the level I want to be at. So to be at that level, you got to be surrounded by other people that want to be at that level or are doing the same things to get to that level.
Whether it's football or music, Ty has created multiple lanes and established connections that can ensure this won't be the last time you hear his name. This is DJ McAllister for OC News Team.
Ty is planning on committing to play football soon and is also going to be performing at the Observatory in Santa Ana later this March.
2 years ago, Colin Kaepernick of the San Francisco 49ers knelt alone during the national anthem in protest of social injustices towards African Americans. Now, he is no longer alone.
For Super Bowl 52, New England and Philadelphia played on the field, but there's another battle taking place involving the NFL, veterans, and the national anthem. It all began during a 2017 preseason loss to the Green Bay Packers when Colin Kaepernick chose to sit during the pregame national anthem. It then moved on to him taking a knee throughout the rest of his following seasons. So what are your overall thoughts about the NFL players protesting by kneeling during the national anthem?
Overall, I think they have the absolute right to protest during the national anthem.
It's part of freedom of speech, which is like one of the Bill of Rights, so it should be highly protected.
I think it's good, and when people have like that kind of power, they should use their voices to stand up for things that they find are important.
Kaepernick has used his status to voice protests of racial injustices and police brutality by refusing to stand for the national anthem.
We had Colin Kaepernick kneel for the first time, and then everyone else started following and criticized him, and then eventually to him getting removed from the 49ers in general is just going to see, like, are they trying to silence them? And if they are, they aren't going to be silenced.
My thoughts are that they shouldn't be doing it. If they have a protest and they can't stand and salute the flag, with a hand over their heart, like that they're supposed to, then they need to stay in the locker room.
Attention-wise, the majority of NFL fans didn't know what to expect in terms of what the players were going to do before and after Super Bowl 52's national anthem. NBC, who televised the Super Bowl, announced before the date of the game that they would be putting the cameras on the players during the anthem, regardless of their actions.
I think it's just interesting to think, well, for one, the NBC promoting it, saying that they're going to air it regardless, just shows that they don't really care.
I think that's interesting. I think that's a very, very bold stance to take to make sure that the thing was televised no matter what.
For NFL players, do you think that that's the best approach for a situation like this?
I think whenever you have a fan base, so say something like LeBron James took a kneel during the national anthem or anything, that they have a connection with a lot of people. So the NFL, for example, pretty much every American at least knows about it or has seen at least a football game before in their life. So I think it's one of the mediums in which they can get the most audience attention with very little effort, essentially.
I think a more appropriate scene will probably be on social media.
You know, I'm sure these people have thousands or the millions of followers on Instagram or Twitter. I think that'd be a much more appropriate scene for them to post whatever their political views are, rather than at the game.
If they want to, they can protest in other ways. They can take up causes outside the stadium, and they can do it on their own time.
It shouldn't be damaging the corporation of the NFL at all. I mean, they're just silently protesting. They're not doing anything violent. They're not doing anything to really disrupt the game.
Not much was focused on Super Bowl 52's national anthem, because nothing happened, with every player on both teams standing for the whole song. Along with that, according to Deadline.com, this year's Super Bowl drew the smallest audience, totaling almost 10% less viewers than the 2017 Super Bowl, with the lack of views possibly deriving from the protests.
Things are heating up in Long Beach as hundreds of salsa dancers are gathering at the PCH Club to enjoy a night filled with dancing and family fun. Every Thursday, the PCH Club hosts $5 salsa dancing at the Best Western Hotel off Highway 1 in downtown Long Beach. Dancers of all ages are encouraged to come out and dance in a safe environment. And with tickets starting at just $5, you can dance from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. with some of the best salsa goers in Southern California. If you're an art student and you think you can make a career out of ceramics, take a look at Ryan Padilla's report of Professor Laura Height on the Saddleback College Ceramics Department.
It's 9 a.m. at Saddleback College, and something special is being taught at the Ceramics Department. Professor Laura Height is teaching students how they can use the skills they've learned in ceramics and apply them to success in their pottery, career, and life in general.
I teach all levels of ceramics. We have both hand building and wheel throwing, as well as architectural ceramics and a ceramics fundamentals class. Ceramics is this beautiful microcosm of all of the things that you're going to encounter out in the real world. Beyond just the basics that you learn in here, which is like how do you make a pot, how to make a coil, which aren't necessarily like major life skills that one encounters on a daily basis, or like, oh my god, if only I knew how to make a coil. But what you do get from here that transfers to everything is that we are teaching risk management, because things are going to happen. There's so many variables within ceramics that things are going to happen. You have to work as a team with a group. You don't get to function as an island. So that's the other part of your risk management element. You're learning how to manage deadlines. You can't just do something the night before in ceramics and have it be okay. It has to go through a firing process. It's going to take you at least 2 weeks to get anything done. So there's no last minute. It's also creative problem solving with tenacity, because things are going to go wrong, but failure is part of the process, and a major part of what it is that you're learning in here is how to take that failure and actually turn it into a feature and part of the process, as opposed to a stopping point and where you say, like, I'm just not good at anything anymore. So that's where ceramics becomes incredibly valuable in the broader sense.
And valuable skills they are, as the Bureau of Labor Statistics described the top 3 values associated with success in the art field as interpersonal skills, artistic abilities, and creativity. Students in creative industries such as this one can also expect to see a 4% increase in employment for art and design, 6% increase for craft and fine art, and a 7% increase in general for all ceramic occupations in 2016. So, whether it be pursuing a career in pottery, art, or any occupation, the ceramics department at Saddleback is teaching students how to succeed inside and outside of the classroom.
If you'd like to find out more about the Saddleback College Ceramics Department, go to Saddleback's website, saddleback.edu.
Well, that is it for this episode of OC Now at Saddleback. I'm Jay Ali.
And I'm Holly Brocksterman. Be sure to check us out at ocnewsteam.com and on Facebook and Twitter. From all of us here at OC News Team, we thank you for tuning in.